Hey guys, it's Heather. Link is my homeboy. Today is Saturday, January 12th, 2019. This is Flosstube number 12. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Been a couple weeks since my last video, and we are in full swing of my rotation here. So this might be a little bit of a shorter video than normal since I'm not bouncing around from a million different projects and new starts and everything. So let's get into it. Life update. Had my first appointment with my orthodontist to, since I actually got the braces put on. I got green and black this time. My husband has been having me watch old wrestling stuff. We got the WWE Network Pass thing. And so we've been going back and watching a lot of the old Attitude Era stuff. And we're right in the midst of DX and they're green and black, and so he asked that I get green and black. So I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Although I really like Steve Austin. I didn't watch wrestling growing up. My mom actually said that we weren't allowed to, so I never wanted to at the time that it was playing anyway. I mean, it's still running, of course, but when it was good, I guess, according to my husband, now they're in like the PG era or something, and it's a lot tamer than it was. So I never really got into it or anything like that, but I'm kind of sad I missed out, actually, now that we're starting to get into it and watching it and everything. But I think that's it, really. There's not been a whole lot going on. New Year's, we stayed up, and then we went to bed pretty soon after the ball dropped. So we didn't go to any parties or anything like that. The kids went to bed early because they're still young. They're still way young. They don't need to be staying up till midnight or later. So boring. Yeah, let's get into the stitching. So I do have a sort of FFO / new start / finish. I do pattern test quite a bit for Carrie Warning, or as she's known, 8-bit Stitch. And I think claimed this around Thanksgiving to stitch and completely forgot about it because of all the holidays and everything. But it only took me about 90 minutes to stitch, so no big deal. It's Pikachu. And I stuck him in one of these little, ornament hanger. It's like a stretchy hoop that goes around. I still need to sew or glue or something like that, and then he's gonna go on the wall. So I'm not counting this as going out of my rotation because I had agreed to it prior to starting my rotation, and I just sucked. So FOs, I actually have 2. I finally finished it. It only took me almost 4 years, but I finally finished it. So this is the Star Tropics quilt square I'm doing for a charity. I am at a bit of a dilemma here, though, but this is a pattern that I made from a screenshot from the game. All the gridding came out just fine. It was gridded with a one of those grid markers or gridding pens or whatever, and it came out just fine. All I did was soak it in a bit of warm water and kind of played around with it like this and stuff to make sure it would all come out. None of the red ran or anything like that. I know people have been having some issues with DMC and the red running, and nope. And there's the back of it, in case you're interested to see what that looks like. Now, because I'm not like a Hade stitcher or anything like that, I don't stitch a lot of big full coverages, I didn't do parking or anything like that. I pretty much just stitched it like I normally would and ended threads and everything like that, so that's how it looks so tidy. So, now I do have a bit of a dilemma here. So, the rules for doing these is it's on 16 count, white or off-white Aida, and it's supposed to be 96 by 96 because it's supposed to be a 6 by 6 stitched area. However, once I measured it and everything, it's actually about 3 rows too short on the bottom and 4 rows too short on the sides. So in order for it to be in the quilt, I would have to add those rows. And then I'm also kind of like, do I really want to put this in, like, I feel bad if I don't put it in the quilt, but at the same time, like, I stitched it, it's like, I should be able to do with it what I want, obviously. It's just, I got to thinking about it, like, I started this when I was pregnant with my son, and, you know, I stitched it, I probably stitched on it when I was pregnant with River, I'm not sure, but, so it just kind of, I don't know. I have to get it sent in by March, so I'm thinking about it, but I don't know, and on top of that also, like, I don't know if I want to stitch on it anymore, like, I'm done with all the blue, because that's what I would be adding is blue. I would just be adding, like, I'd probably add, like, a row at the top and a couple rows at the bottom, and then, like, a couple rows on each side to keep it even, but, and I don't know if that shrank because of the water, because I washed it and everything, because I'm almost positive that back in 2015 when I started this, I measured it to make sure that 6 inches was 96, or that 96 was 6 inches, and I'm pretty sure it came out right. So I think it shrank a little bit when I washed it. So I don't know yet. I will update you guys when I know. But an even more exciting finish is my black pearl is done. So, she was my birthday start in 2018, and this is Primitive Hare's Black Pearl. Now she charted it with red hair, and it's gorgeous, and that's honestly what drew me to it at first. However, I did change it to match, because it's going to go in our room, which is gray walls and gray and purple walls. So I changed the hair to be purple. And then I also, I've also added some black petite treasure braid in here. So like the black, her crown, pearl, and the ribs in the bottom of the tail here are all that black petite treasure braid, which is of course not going to show anything in here because it's on camera. But so I changed that. I think because of the fabric I'm on, I had to change the brown of the swing here. I think it's just one shade darker of whatever it's called for. And then this, I mean, all this up here is called for. The skin is called for. What is it? Carriage black is the darker color in the tail here. And then this is banker's gray, both gassed. And then I did some beading. So I've got like these pearl colored beads on her crown there. Oh, you get a little sparkle there. And then I bought some black, some clear with a silver interior, and some of these like shiny purple beads. So now I need to save up a little bit of money and get her framed professionally, because I am planning on entering her into the fair this year. So, and I really want to end because that is probably the prettiest thing I have ever stitched in my life. I really want to make sure that she has framing worthy of her. So, but yeah, so very excited to have her done. So whips, my Star Tropics quilt square, my Pikachu, my Black Pearl, but of course those are finishes now. The other pieces I've been working on is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's I Love Fall Most of All. And I am doing my own colors. This is on 14 count Charles Craft Gold Dust Ada, with none of the called for colors. The border here is a Jodari Designs, and then I believe everything else in here is Victorian Motto. I can't remember all the colors. I haven't written down the conversion or anything yet. And I originally had started doing the scallops in a white DMC Diamond metallic, and I ripped it out because it wasn't showing up very well. I didn't much care for it. I don't know if I'm going to do the scalloped part now. Like, I'm going to finish the inside here, and then I'll go back and decide. And then down here on the bottom, there's supposed to be like those 3 apples. Well, I've charted a pumpkin and an acorn to go here. And then there's supposed to be more leaves here, but I don't know if I'm gonna do them or not, or if I might change them to acorns or something other fall. Because while I do enjoy apples, and apples are a good signal of fall, it's not the only thing. So I wanted to put a couple of other little things in there that are fall-like. And the last whip I've been working on is my Michael Powell's Cappella de Fiori. So, and I think the last time I worked on it was I think it got drawn for Arbitrary August. And I restarted it because I actually started it back in January of last year on some pink Ada. And then later I got this fabric, and I only had like 10 stitches on it or something like that. I think I had like these exact 10 stitches on the pink one. So barely a start. And so when it got drawn in August for Arbitrary August, I restarted it, and I think I'd gotten like most of the sun done and a couple of these little orange bits about here and some of this over here and whatever. But I've been working on this for ever since I finished Pearl. This has been my medium project I've been working on since I'm in the midst of my medium week of my rotations. So, and of course it looks like a big giant messy blob of color. But once we get the back stitch and long stitch in there, it's going to look awesome. And this is a House of Mang needle minder. It looks like I'm stabbing her in the face. Little butterfly girl. Love it. I just ordered a bunch more House of Mang needle minders because they're adorable. Damn you, Michelle. Bendy Stitchy introduced me. So, that's it as far as the actual stitching. Little bit of haul. Got my Gulf Coast Stitches Floss of the Month, and let's get to a page of, well, no, you can just turn it this way. Alright, so we got Weeks Dye Works Verdigris. Nice tonal variegated green. We have Weeks Dye Works Tobacco Road. I can't wait to find something to put that in. Weeks Dye Works Williamsburg. That one's really shiny. I don't know if there's a difference to that color or what, but it's really shiny. Classic Color Works Tyler Boy Blue. It's a nice variegated blue. And Classic Color Works Ladybug, which I think I have something that calls for that color, so now I can actually use the call for it. Although I think I am going to have to stop the Floss Club because I'm trying to save up money for StitchCon. So, but then I also am thinking about joining a fabric club because I need fabrics. I need bigger pieces of fabric so that I don't have to keep buying fabric every time I want to start something. But and then of course the beads I bought for Pearl. So now I need to find a whole bunch of things to. And these are just from Michael's. I don't know what brand it is because the thing came off. Toho maybe, or Soho or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. They're seed beads. These were size 11. And I was wondering if they were going to be too big, being on 20 count, but they turned out to be just fine for what I needed. And then when I was there getting the beads, I also saw these at Michael's. These are ornaments, or like do your own ornaments or something like that from Michael's, and they were on sale for 40 cents because it's Christmas. They only had one of the mason jars, so I was like, ugh, fine. But I'm gonna find something cute to put on that and put it on the tree next year. And then because I'm going to be doing some FFOing, I went to the Dollar Tree and got me a couple of the cubes, which I know they're not technically cubes, they're 2.9 by 3.9 by 3.9 inches, but I think Heather, the Blessed Stitcher, she uses these with like 14 and I think she uses them with 14 and 28 count or something like that for cube finishes, and they fit fine. I don't know. Nope, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit this. So I could be wrong. Maybe she uses like 16 and 32 or something like that. But I do know I have a couple of things, and I've never done a cube finish, so I only bought a couple, just to give it a try. So, and then this is not necessarily stitching related, but I received this pack of pens from like Amazon. It didn't say who ordered them. It didn't say anything. So if you're the person who sent these to me, thank you. I love them. They're great. I've been using them to keep track of my stitching progress. So, thank you. Plans, because I actually kind of have some. So we are in week 2 of my rotation. The first week is smalls. That's the 1st through the 7th. The second week, the 8th through the 14th, is medium projects. So I will continue on with my mediums. And then the 15th through the 21st is going to be BAPs and SALs. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and pick up my Magic Mini Monster Sal from Fuzzy Fox Designs, because she did release the first monster, and I still haven't gotten the title done. I did find a floss to use for the border. It's a Rainbow Tails floss in the colorway Trolls, and so it's just a nice, bright rainbow floss. I don't have it with me, so I'll show you next time, I guess, if hopefully I've gotten some of the border done at least. And then the week after that is going to be FFOing and new starts and kind of a freebie week. Now, I have finished 2 things, so I do have some spaces open in my whips. I'm not itching for a start right now, but we'll see how that goes once I actually get to that week. I might just try and finish a couple of things that are kind of hanging around with a few stitches in them, so, or a few stitches left in them. So we shall see once I get there. So hopefully in another couple weeks you guys will get another update from me, and we will have made it all the way through a rotation, and let's see how I've done. So, all right guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.